Like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget to subscribe to the podcast. Show link will be pinned in the top of the chat.
Just name the channel who can bang with us. I'll prove that you are smoking dust. GGD Media is top notch in this game, y'all. You failures only have your self to blame, y'all. Ticket TV and they weapons make you suckers cry. Why don't you close your channel, crawl into a hole and die? Shout out to those who love our movement, no, we'll never flop until you get your mouth off LGBTQ. We are the underground outfit, y'all. We built this whole thing by ourselves, no in y'all. Independence start with self-preservation. If you can't take care of self, then how can you build a nation, y'all? Yup, we got that merch for the ladies and yes, we even got that merch for the babies and we got appliances and everything that you will need. We got some banging songs that make anemic haters bleed.
Well, man, oh man, bro. Oh, what a web we weave. It is all coming out now to the general public, man. As a former employee for Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Drake, and the lovely Rihanna has now come forward and revealed that Sean Diddy Combs forced him into sexual acts and that he could still taste Sean Diddy Combs, you know what, in his mouth. Lord have mercy, man. He has revealed himself. The man who made the allegations against Diddy and the late, great, notorious B.I.G.'s son has now come out in front of the world in a tell-all interview and has now admitted that he is the one that Sean Diddy Combs had allegedly, he has implicated Diddy in a sexual assault. Now, according to his allegations, you guys, and we'll go all through them, Jonathan Hay is a celebrity music industry publicist. As I said, he worked for Rihanna. He worked for Whitney Houston, the late, great Whitney Houston. He worked for the late, great Michael Jackson. And he also worked for Drake. Now, he has also collaborated on projects tied to the late, great, notorious B.I.G. So this guy's no joke. Him revealing himself, this is absolutely diabolical because now you can't say this is a money grab. Now you can't say that this is just cap because his resume proves that he was in a lot of high places. His resume proves that he was in these areas. And if you look up his resume, Jonathan Hay, this is not a joke. This is serious business right here. He was around everybody from the best of the best. And you don't have to listen to me. You better look it up your damn self. Man, oh man, oh man. And he also worked on projects with the late, great, notorious B.I.G. You don't have to believe me. Look it up. Look it up. So it ain't like this dude is just making it. He was a John Doe. And he just revealed his identity to the world and said it was him who Sean Diddy Combs, this white man right here, who Sean Diddy Combs violated. And he alleged that C.J. Wallace, the son of the late, great, notorious Wallace, notorious B.I.G., Christopher Wallace. I'm going to read his allegations. So anyways, he worked with all those artists I told y'all he did. He was also tied to the notorious B.I.G.'s estate and has publicly now accused Sean Diddy Combs of multiple instances of sexual assault. Now, these claims emerge prominently, right? Just right now, as he just went public to the world and stated it was him. Now, he has stated that he is also, ladies and gentlemen, this is the worst part about it for Diddy. He's pursuing criminal charges against Sean Diddy Combs. Let me repeat myself. He is currently pursuing criminal charges against Sean Diddy Combs. It's about to go down, bro. It's definitely about to go down. He is pursuing criminal charges and believes that the incidents were facilitated by other members of the music industry. Now, also, I'm going to give you guys his allegations. Now, before we even get started, Sean Diddy Combs has denied ever sexually assaulting any man, woman, child, anybody. He has denied every allegation. But this man is now coming out and he's pursuing criminal charges against Diddy and all of the other people that helped facilitate Diddy. And he has named CJ Wallace as well in an explosive situation, you guys. And so now he has come forward. Now, the first alleged assault has something to do along the lines of refusal and a retaliatory act. Now, Jonathan Hay, the former employee of Rihanna and Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, and Drake, claims that during a professional encounter, Diddy demanded that he give him a BJ. Diddy demanded that he give him a BJ. Now, he said when he refused to do it, Diddy began to choke his chicken and released on clothing that belonged to the notorious B.I.G., I think when they were in a storage with all of Biggie's clothing in it. Now, he says that Diddy, when he refused to get on his knees and service Diddy, he said that Diddy alleviated himself on one of Biggie's clothing and then threw it on him with the juices all over him, getting all over him, right? And he did that as a form of retaliation because he said, no, again, he's pursuing criminal charges for this. Also, this incident allegedly occurred in connection with his work on music projects involving Biggie's estate, which had ties to Diddy through Bad Boy Records. So this ain't no Tom, Dick, or Harry. This dude literally really was working on the inside, and he got the stripes to prove it. Also, he says he reported the incident to Biggie's son, CJ Wallace. He says whom he was collaborating on a remix project like the Big Papa House Mix. Now, CJ Wallace initially canceled the project, but later revived the project, right? So also he accused in a second allegation that Diddy forced oral sex on him. Now, he says he alleges that after he discussed that first incident with CJ Wallace, so he said he went and told Biggie's son, because he was working with Biggie's son on this project, what Diddy did as far as, you know, busting on the clothing and throwing it on him with all the juices on him. He says he went and told Biggie's son. Now, he says then what happened was, he says that after he told CJ Wallace that what happened at first, he says that he was lured then to Diddy's home under the pretense of resuming the music collaboration, where he claims that he was blindfolded by CJ Wallace and a rapper by the name of Willie Mack. Now, he also claims that they pushed him into a room where Diddy had came into the room and forced this man in a room in his house to his you-know-what. He says that he was forced into the room by CJ Wallace. So apparently he's saying that he told CJ Wallace what happened, and CJ Wallace set him up to get a one-on-one with Diddy. He thought CJ was going to help him by telling CJ what Diddy did, but apparently he felt like CJ was involved in the whole situation, was down with the play, because he was working on CJ with this project for Biggie. So he says he told CJ, hey, man, look, Diddy tried to push up on me, man. I told him no. This man started, squeezing himself in front of me. He bust off on his shirt, threw it on me, you know what I'm saying, and got all that stuff all over me, right? Because I told him no. So he told CJ Wallace. Now he's suggesting that CJ went back and told Diddy. And then they concocted a plan to lure him back over there. Because remember, he was working with CJ, Biggie's son, on a Biggie remix project. This is all, you can look this up online too. This is not like, they can't say he wasn't working on it. This is all documented. Like, he literally was working with all these famous celebrities. And they have pictures of him from these times. I've seen him online. So, anyways, he is filing criminal charges. We count money over here. Says CJ's not the police. Well, he called the police, and he's pursuing criminal charges right now against Sean Diddy Combs. He's pursuing criminal charges. Matter of fact, I know you might think I'm capping. I'm gonna put this on the screen right here. Let me put this part on the screen for you, sir. Put this part right here for you. Right? Let me make sure I put this on here. I want to put out that part and blow it up so you can see what I'm saying. So, just so you don't think I'm just coming in here just saying anything. Because, y'all think, sometimes y'all be thinking I just be coming in here and making stuff up and just saying anything. So I'm not even going to leave that into suspicion. I'm going to blow it up. So Hay has stated he is also pursuing criminal charges and believes the incidents were facilitated by others in the industry. Right? So the others he named was Biggie Small's son, CJ Wallace, and rapper Willie Mack is the ones he said that helped facilitate this incident, right? Where he was sexually violated. So he said he told CJ what happened. You said insteady telling CJ, why not the police then? Because listen, everybody tried to say Diddy had a lot of control, a lot of power, bro. So if you think a person has a lot of control, a lot of power in big places, you might not want to go to a certain place because you tell the wrong person that shit, they might come back on you. That's what people are saying. Right? So, anyways, though, let me get back to the allegations, right? And let's keep going, right? This is outright crazy. So, anyways, like I said, he is pursuing criminal charges. I know everybody was going to ask about that. So he said for you guys that, he felt like, he was set up because what they did is that he said he told CJ, like, trying to like tell, because remember, he said he was working with CJ on this project, on the Biggie project. That's facts. You can look that's online. That's not even undisputable. Now he said when that happened, because the rumor was they have all Biggie's clothes in a warehouse in California, if I'm not mistaken. That was the word. They had all Biggie's clothes stored in a warehouse, and they would go in this warehouse, and where Biggie's clothes were stored at, and that's where this first incident happened, in this warehouse, right? That Diddy has. I think they said it's in California, if I'm not mistaken. But a lot of people will go over there, right? So he claims that first incident happened there. So he didn't know what was up with CJ. He was just working with CJ. So he told CJ, he said, like, yo, dude did this to me. Like, what's up with that, man? And then he said that CJ and the other rapper, when he came back, they called him back because he was working with CJ on that project. And he said CJ called him back and lured him over to where Diddy was at, and he didn't know. And he said when he got there, they blindfolded him like they was surprising him with something and put him in the room with Diddy. And he said when he got in the room with Diddy, I mean, he said they pushed him in the room with Diddy, and Diddy made him lick the lollipop. So he says that this was an orchestrated setup by CJ Wallace and by rapper Willie Mack. Now, he tied them back to an earlier project revival, right? Now, he expressed that the trauma lingers. He stated that I can still taste his D.I. bleep bleep, emphasizing the psychological impact he said that had on him from that situation with Diddy, right? Somebody stated that Jonathan Hayes pick. He doesn't look like that at all. Well, this is a younger pick of him. You got to understand. People don't look the same. They look 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago. You can have a haircut. He's got longer hair now. But those people like 4, 5, 6 years ago, he probably had a different haircut. I've seen him with different haircuts. He's got longer hair now, and he's gained more weight since then. But this is what he kind of looked like then. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, he says that the assault took place at Diddy's house. Though, now, let me see. He also accused C.J. Wallace and Willie Mack of complicity in the second incident, suggesting that they should face legal consequences as well. So he's going criminal with this. Now, he frames this as a part of a pattern of industry coercion tied to professional opportunities. Now, he says that he revealed that in October 2025 that he was the one. Remember I came here and did that article and told y'all that somebody had sued, some dude had sued Diddy and CJ Wallace, Biggie's son, and said that he squeezed his juices all over that shirt and threw it on him. And I said somebody had sued him. It was a John Doe. He came out today and revealed it's him. This is an industry insider who worked for all these famous people. He came and revealed it's him today. He said that's me who filed that. And he said I'm also pursuing criminal charges against them as well. Now, he also revealed, right, that, and he accused them of sexual assault, battery, and emotional distress. He also announced plans, like I said, for criminal charges, including sexual battery or assault, and he is currently cooperating with the authorities amid Diddy's broader federal sex trafficking and racketeering case, right? So they're still investigating Diddy. This ain't over. I try to tell y'all, round 2 is coming. Everybody thought, oh, this is over. This is a wrap. Everybody said, oh, why the judge just give him a little bit of time? The judge, in my opinion, gave him enough time, them people, to yank his ass up again. See, he put them to, let me tell y'all something. This is what I think. This is my personal thoughts. My personal thoughts is that the judge, he knew, in my opinion, he knew what was coming down after this. So, in my opinion, the judge got Diddy tied down just long enough for them to rack up these other charges on him, right? And Diddy would already, that's why he tried to fight to get his case thrown out or dismissed with those charges, because he didn't want nothing on his record. Because now, if they double back and hit Diddy again, he's done. He's already got a felony on his record. They come hit his ass again, it's over with. So, he has announced, Jonathan Hay, that he is planning on criminal charges. He announced plans for criminal charges, potentially including sexual battery or assault, and he is currently cooperating with authorities amid Combs' broader federal sex trafficking and racketeering case. So apparently they're still investigating Diddy like it was being stated that they were still had investigations going on in the Diddy, and he apparently is cooperating with that. Now, also, these details have surfaced today, and he did a tell-all interview on Real Life Street Stars podcast. So he did an interview revealing that it was him for the first time, and he detailed those allegations. He went into great detail of those allegations, right? Now, he's also appeared on other podcasts, Sean Atwood's True Crime Podcast back in February 2025, and he discussed the industry corruption, including Diddy's alleged role in industry corruption. Those specifics on personal assaults were reserved for what he just said right now. Right? Now, this guy right here, like I said before, this is unbelievable stuff, man. You know what I mean? Unbelievable stuff, man. You know what I mean? So, also, in addition to these allegations I told y'all about just now, in addition to that, he has made further claims against Diddy, expanding on the scope of alleged misconduct and its impact on his life and career. Now, these additional allegations he made today. right? He came out in front of the world with today. So he alleges that Diddy has displayed a pattern of coercive behavior in the industry. Now, he's alleged that Diddy used his influence in the music industry to create an environment of coercion where professional opportunities were tied to compliance with his demands. Now, like I said, he says that Diddy leveraged his control over projects that were related to the notorious B.I.G.'s estate to pressure him into compromising situations. Now, also, he suggests that this was not an isolated incident, but a part of a broader pattern by Diddy targeting individuals in vulnerable positions within the industry. Now, he referenced this in that interview he did today on Real Life. Now, also, he described Diddy as orchestrating situations where if you refused, it led to industry consequences. And can't nobody say he lying, he capping, he ain't nobody. This nigga worked for Rihanna, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, and Drake. Go look up his resume online. His resume is crazy. So you can't just say, "Oh, this mofo making this shit up." You just come out of nowhere. His resume, he don't been around all these people. So he ain't nobody that just some Tom, Dick, and Harry coming out here saying some bullshit. And like I said, he's pursuing criminal charges and currently cooperating with the federal authorities. Shows y'all why Diddy was so desperate to get out of jail. Now y'all starting to see why. Because this ain't over. This just began. Now let's keep going. So he also points to the cancellation of the and revival of the Big Papa House Mix project with CJ Wallace, Biggie's son, as a manipulative tactic. He implied that Diddy used access to Biggie's legacy to lure him into the second alleged assault. Now, he alleges, again, that after he had refused Diddy's initial demand for oral, that he faced professional retaliation beyond the immediate humiliation, meaning the clothing incident, right, where he threw the clothing on him with the stains on it, with the wet juices on it, right? Now he claims that Diddy and his associates, like I said, they worked to undermine his career, limiting his opportunities in the industry after that. Now he also asserts that his refusal led to temporary exclusion from projects tied to Bad Boy Records and Biggie's estate, impacting his status as a publicist and a producer, because he's produced a lot too, you guys. Now, he later regained access only to be allegedly set up for that second assault, suggesting a calculated effort to punish him and control him. Now, he has also described the long-term career damage, stating that the incidents derailed his professional momentum and caused him big financial losses as well, right? Now, he also claimed that the blindfolding incident that involved Biggie's son and rapper Willie Mack was designed to disorient and humiliate him, amplifying the trauma of the forced act with Diddy. Now, he has repeatedly emphasized the psychological toll, stating that I can still taste his DI you know what in my mouth, as a vivid description of the lasting emotional impact he said that situation had on him. Now, he claims this, like I said, he said this is a part of a bigger cultural exploitation in the music industry, where powerful figures like Diddy allegedly prey on the ambition and loyalty to iconic legacies like Biggie's legacy, right? So, also beyond Wallace and Mack, right? CJ Wallace and Willie Mack, Jonathan Hay also alleges that others in Diddy's circle were complicit in enabling or covering up that behavior. Now, he has not named those other individuals right now, but he is suggesting a network of enablers who facilitated Diddy alleged assaults by creating opportunities or helping to silence victims, right? So, yeah, man. Yeah, man, this is crazy, bro. This is crazy work, man. Um, Also, let me see. Let me see. Also, like I said before, man, this is damning, man. This is damning, man. This is damning, bro. This is damning. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say it's damning because you know this is going. He's going criminal with this. He's currently cooperating. Um, you know what I'm saying? He's currently cooperating with the feds, man. So they got to invest. They got a new investigation going on in the Diddy, y'all. That's what it seems like because it says it right here. Bro, I think they're gonna. I think everybody was saying, "Yo, why the judge ain't hit him with that?" Like a lot of people saying this, and a lot of people saying, "Oh, he should have walked." Man, they was bro. When the judge said, "It's no amount of money that's gonna let me give you bail," I think the judge knew, in my estimation, that it was something else coming up for this dude, and they was gonna jam. I told y'all that they was gonna jam him up just long enough to make sure when them other charges hit, that shit gonna hit like the '80s when them other charges hit. And I just believe that that's what the situation is. I believe that they was gonna hold on and wait for this other stuff to go. So now we got to see if within before the end of this year or within the next 5 or 6 months they hit Diddy with a new indictment. Shout out to my girl Peachy. Salute to you. She says, "I'll be glad when they put this psycho under the jail permanently. He's just evil. Thanks for all the updates. Ticket." I'm just saying. I mean, if you think everybody's lying, okay, cool. That's on you. But this guy, you can't say he wasn't in the industry. You can't say he wasn't working around these people. And you can't say, hey, man, why he didn't file a criminal case. What you call it? He's currently cooperating with the feds. And here's the thing. I don't even think this was in New York. I believe this was in California. So this is a whole different jurisdiction now. This ain't the Southern District of New York no more. I believe this case happened in California, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on. Let me look this up real quick, you guys. Let me look this up. Let me see. Let me see. Yep, California. 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 I believe he said this happened in California. Yeah, man. This is crazy. Yeah, I think they're working on something different because he's cooperating right now. And then y'all already know, and in 4 days, Lil Rod, he starts his evidence. He starts to enter evidence in his case. But he has a civil case. This guy right here has criminal. Now, Lil Rod also helped the authorities in the first criminal case with Diddy. Lil Rod is the one who helped the feds get get the search warrant on Diddy's crib. It wasn't Cassie. It was Lil Rod. Look, Cassie didn't have enough. She didn't have enough current intel and information for the feds to run in Diddy's cribs. Lil Rod did. It was Lil Rod who gave and there's a lot of people still didn't know this. That was not Cassie who gave the feds that. Everybody said, "Oh, Cassie this, Cassie that." These niggas dumb as hell. Cassie did not want anything to do with the cops. She didn't want anything to do with the feds. She didn't want anything. Cassie never wanted this to come public. Cassie just wanted to get her bread from this nigga for all them years of taking them ass whoopings and to move out. Diddy didn't want to pay her. It went public, and then that's when the feds came. But when the feds came, they didn't have enough to get down on Diddy from just Cassie's allegation. Lil Rod came through and gave the feds all that intel, that entire layout of Diddy's cribs and all that stuff. It was Lil Rod who did that. That's why Lil Rod showed up to court on the first day. Lil Rod was the one who sat down with the feds for 3.5 days and gave them everything. Diddy know it too. He know it too. Everybody was talking about Cassie, Cassie, Cassie. It was Lil Rod who did that. See, Cassie, she was going to be charged too. Cassie did what all the other sex workers and they took immunity. That's why everybody running around here, man, Cassie just as guilty. Why can't? Because she took immunity. She cooperated with the feds. What do you think? The feds went the same way they went to all the sex workers. The feds went to all the sex workers and said one thing. Look, you either going to testify or we charging your ass with them. Get down or lay down. They said, hey, man, we going to get down. Period. Simple as that. But it was Lil Rod Because remember, Lil Rob was the one who been working with Diddy the latest. He been the one that was with Diddy every day because he was working on that Love album with Diddy. That Love album is a classic album Diddy did. Lil Rod, he did some great beats on that album. That's a classic album. I'm not no hater. That Love album Diddy put out is a classic album. But then again, as I said to you guys, these are the things I'm telling y'all. Right? So this is crazy work, man. This dude is currently cooperating with the authorities. He's cooperating with the feds, bro. And I think that there's word around, and I think Diddy's lawyers probably know it. That, to me, that's why they wanted so bad to get him out and get those charges dropped, so he would never have any lingering criminal history. But now that that's stuck, the judge denied that. His criminal history is now stuck. He is a convicted felon. So now, if he gets charged again, shit, they're gonna hit his ass with the meal, because they're gonna say, you got priors, dog. You already a convicted felon. So now you see why the judge wasn't. Because to me, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I believe that if that was the case, and then the judge didn't think that Trump could mess around, he'd have probably gave Diddy the 11th. But I think the judge went low, knowing that these other charges was coming down the pipe. So this is bad work. And like I said, all you got to do, you don't have to listen to me. And this is to everybody on YouTube, everybody that's listening like to this channel. You don't have to listen to me, right? You don't have to listen to me. All you have to do is go look up for yourself, right? I want y'all to go look this up for yourselves. And see, this is what you do. Like when you want to learn something and you want to find out about somebody's real history and find out, like, just, okay, what is it about this person? Is this, you know what I'm saying? Is this real? Is this what you call? This dude worked with everybody. And I'm finna show y'all right now. Just so everybody can see that this ain't no dude that just jumped out his ass and started running his mouth. This dude worked with everybody. When I say everybody, I'm finna show y'all this right now. Let me show y'all this right now. And y'all smash the like button and share this video as y'all come on in here. Salute to everybody who support the channel, man. If y'all enjoy the content we put out, y'all get the cash out, PayPal, let me know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? But this dude, like I said, and I'm about to show y'all, he worked with everybody. Matter of fact, let me put this on the screen for y'all, just so I can show y'all where to go look yourselves, so people can't say, oh, Ticket, man, you weren't here capping, man. No, I was never capping. I was never capping. So if you guys go look online right here, all you got to do is just, it takes a quick little search. Y'all can go right there to Wikipedia and you will see Jonathan Hay. And he has a long resume, y'all. So when I took these allegations into account, I'm like, hold on, man. This dude don't been around the industry. He don't been around some real people. Because as y'all see, Jonathan Hay, born December the 16th, 1975, is an American publicist and record producer. Raised in Louisville, Kentucky, he is known for having publicized various works for the music industry acts such as Rihanna's 2005 debut single, Pon de Replay. Hayes' collaborative album, Follow the Leader, reimagined as jazz, 2019 ended Michael Bubble's 38-week reign atop Billboard Top Jazz Albums chart. Also, starting out in the music business as a publicist, his first professional project was with Quote, a short-lived hip-hop duo who were signed to Michael Jackson's MJJ Productions. Subsequently, Hay worked with Michael Jackson's producer, the great Teddy Riley. Jonathan Hay's first success was achieved with Days of the New, the multi-platinum rock band who had 4 hit singles, most notably Touch, Peel, and Stand. That Billboard awarded all-time greatest mainstream rock song in 2003. Travis Meeks, the lead singer of the group, slammed the publicist for making the premature disclosures, which the musician felt actually damaged his chances to advance his career with Guns N' Roses. After the purported conflict, Jonathan Hayes still worked with Meeks for years later. Also, so he must have been that damn good where they kept him working. Also, If you just go on and just keep looking down this guy's resume, man, it is crazy. As I told y'all. So if you look down his resume, let me put this on the screen for y'all. It says he worked as a publicist, y'all, for Suge Knight's Death Row Records, and announced its catalog was being sold to Hasbro, right? In 2012, Jonathan Hay was a part of a guardianship case involving teen actress Ariel Winter, a star on the TV series Modern Family, and her mother, Chrysola Crystal Workman, right? Now, Workman sent a cease and desist to Hay in which he responded to TMZ. I feel terrible that a bleep bleep blank has to suffer the consequences of her own mother's unfortunate decisions. Hay testified in court and signed a declaration for Ariel Winter in favor of her stand with her sister, Sherelle Workman Gray. Now, in 2013, Jonathan Hay published a book about the Kardashian family. Hay was in both Vogue and Vanity Fair for a philanthropy project in Florida. Hay spoke out in Rolling Stone on March 24th, 2016, issue 1257, to publicly support Keisha during her sexual assault lawsuit against Dr. Luke. The magazine called Hay a crisis management expert. This is bad for Diddy, yo. I ain't gonna lie. This is bad for Diddy, bro. This is bad for Puff, man. This right here. This is bad. It goes on, y'all. Y'all smash the like button as y'all come on up in here, share the video, like the video, man. It says, Hay told The Sun that his frequent collaborator, right, wrote the lyrics to Famous, the song that caused the public battle between Taylor Swift, Kanye West, and Kim Kardashian. Now, according to Hollywood Life, a source close to Kanye West said that Psy is a creative contributor on the song, in which he has been credited accordingly. However, the specific Taylor lyrics were written by Kanye himself. Now, in April 2017, Jonathan Hay had involvement with the Drake and Sophia Brusick's pregnancy scandal. Hay told People's Magazine, "I seen the text messages and they do exist," in reference to conversations purportedly from Drake urging her to undergo an abortion. Now, Hay has spoken out about this situation with Perez Hilton, Glamour Magazine in the Netherlands, Hollywood Life, and the Public Magazine in France. In March of 2025, Hay interviewed with Kat Tenbar, who previously worked for NBC News, in an effort to clarify circumstances surrounding Sophie and Drake, shifting the responsibility onto a different publicist. It also goes on, man. This is crazy, bro. It says, Hay stated to the Huffington Post that Kathy Griffin was flat out gross for her President Donald Trump photo scandal, right? Now, he explained to the Huffington Post, from a PR perspective, she did do the right thing by apologizing, but that still isn't enough, not even close, right? Also, just going down, um, he defended Kanye previously in SO Hip Hop publication and said he's profoundly misunderstood by the media, and said Kanye was grossly misconstrued and taken way out of context, right? Um, Also, Jonathan Hay has worked an event for the Vice President of the United States of America. They know this guy. This guy's been in high places, man. He's been in high places, bro. Um. Also, this is how y'all know Diddy's in trouble. And I'm gonna put this right here to everybody watching this, so you guys can read this yourselves. He has already been known to be a whistleblower on the federal level. Now, again, this dude is locked in with the highest office in the United States of America. I told you, you guys, this stuff is not capped, but a lot of y'all don't want to listen on this channel, and you're gonna learn the hard way. Now, it says basically right here in November 2023, the Hindustan Times reported that Jonathan Hay worked an event for the Vice President of the United States, right? At that time, the Vice President would have been, I I forgot who the vice president was. Who was the vice president? Anyways, in May 2025, Wired magazine published an article in which Jonathan Hay stated, "I blew the whistle as loud as I could when he reported his former associate, Michael Smith, to the local authorities and to the FBI in 2019. In September of 2024, Smith was arrested and faces charges of wire fraud conspiracy, wire fraud, and money laundering. Hay also interviewed with the BBC News about federal music streaming fraud case. This dude has links to the feds. This is why I told y'all Diddy's in big shit, bro. This dude has already been on the record of being an informant and blowing the whistle on all kind of shit in the industry. So he's already on the record. It's right there on your screen. It's right there on your screen. He's already on the record. And then let's talk about this thing with Diddy. Let's talk about this thing with Diddy right here, right? So his thing with Diddy, and it's right here, right? And Rolling Stone published on this as well. All this stuff, you guys can go look this stuff up. Let me put this on the screen for y'all, right? Y'all can go look this stuff up yourselves. But as far as Diddy's involvement, it's on here. I told you guys. The Notorious B.I.G. estate. This is all online on Wikipedia. You can go look all this up with the sources and everything. Notorious B.I.G. estate and Sean Diddy Combs partnership. Now, in 2020, Jonathan Hay entered into a recording contract with Christopher C.J. Wallace. So he had a contract with Biggie's son. This is real. This is real, provable information that he was locked in. In 2020, Jonathan Hay entered into a recording contract with Christopher C.J. Wallace, an heir to the estate of the Notorious B.I.G., which at the time had partnership with Sean Diddy Combs. Now, Jonathan Hay co-produced Big Papa House Mix with Biggie's son, C.J. Wallace, Diddy, and others from the Frank White team. Spin called the single electrifying, landing at number 76 on iTunes charts. The single could be seen as a disappointment in terms of commercial success. Rolling Stone published Jonathan Hay's statement to Perez about the collaboration. Like I said, all this stuff is easily, right, online. Easily, right, online. Now, also, he was a victim of a home invasion as well. And so this guy has been through it all, man. Also, let me see. What else did it say on here? Damn, this dude don't produce everybody, bro. This shit is crazy. Let me put this on the screen for y'all, bro. Just so y'all can see how real this cat is. This dude damn near produced everybody in the industry. Damn. Let me put this on the screen. See, when people say, "Oh, this is nobody," he can't, man. Shit, this nigga resume, his resume. I'm looking at this shit. Bro, you work with Michael Jackson. You work with all these other famous people, bro. Rihanna, Whitney Houston, Drake, all these people, bro. So, like I said, so his production career, you guys. So his hip hop releases. Jonathan Hay was a producer on the album "Sex, Money, and Hip Hop" by Crooked I, a group member of the now defunct Slaughterhouse from Shady Records. Jonathan Hay executive produced an album featuring Johnny Depp from Kentucky. Depp also appeared on the Hay-produced Fear of Pink Planet by Pink Grenade, released in July of 2014. Hay was a music producer on the TV show One Shot with T.I., RZA, DJ Khaled, Tech Nine, Sway Calloway, and others. The show debuted on BET on August 23rd, 2016. Right? Now it says Wave TV reported that Hay abruptly left during the film of One Shot to focus on reuniting with his birth parents. Right? Damn, Damn, this is crazy. Damn, this nigga produced for everybody. Hold on, bro. See, I ain't even know all this. Let me put this on the screen for y'all. He also, this shit gonna get real. This shit right here finna get real, bro. Let me put this on the screen for y'all. Hold on. Yeah, this getting real. He also, you guys, put this back on the screen right now. Let's get this up for y'all. Here we go. In June of 2016, you guys, Jonathan Hay produced a single for Snoop Doggy. He produced a single for Snoop Dogg Doggy Style Records, right? In August, Jonathan Hay took a stand against Africa Bambaataa with a remix featuring Ron B. Stinger Savage. Now, in the diss track, Jonathan replays the notes from Bambaataa's song Planet Rock, while Ron Savage speaks out about bleep molestation. Now, Jonathan Hay then released albums with King Crooked and Father Prince that didn't chart. Now, in April of 2017, Jonathan Hay was the producer on a song about Kylie Jenner and 21 Savage that debuted on TMZ. Later that year, Jonathan Hay collaborated with both Conway the Machine, Riff Raff, King Crooked, and Twista. In 2018, Jonathan Hay produced more music for Riff Raff, DJ Who Kid, and Bubba Sparks. In 2019, Jonathan Hay was one of the producers for Juicy J and Young Blue. In 2023, Jonathan Hay collaborated with Solo Lucci from Love and Hip Hop. Bro, this is crazy work, y'all. This is crazy work right here, you guys. Man, this dude worked with the entire goddamn. He even worked in jazz as well, y'all. He produced Follow the Leader, a cover of Eric B. and Rakim's album in the style of jazz that also scored a #1 on the Billboard Jazz charts and was up for a Grammy consideration, peaking at #1 on the album, remained on the Billboard charts for 11 weeks. Damn. Yeah, this is all on here, y'all. Damn. Yeah, this dude done been around everybody, man. I'm just reading through his resume, you guys. So, yeah, man, he's pressing criminal charges right now, and he's cooperating with the federal authorities against Diddy, C.J. Wallace, and others. So that's what he said he's doing now, you guys. So it definitely like one of them situations, man, where this thing is gonna get real. This thing is real. It's not one of these fake situations. This thing is real, man. And so it seems like now it's all making sense why Diddy got jammed up like he did, at least to be held down, because it seems like it's going to be a lot more that's coming down, man. He did the interview today, y'all, on Real Life Street Stars. Y'all go check out that interview. Shout out to Real Life, man. Salute to them. Y'all go check out his whole interview where he spoke about these allegations and revealed that he is the one that is pursuing criminal and civil charges against Diddy, C.J. Wallace, Willie Mack, and more. So this is crazy, man. And again, he has already been on the record for working with the FBI and the feds in the past on different situations. So yeah, y'all can go look this stuff up yourselves. Like, share, and subscribe, man. Salute to everybody that tapped on in, man. Appreciate everybody in the building. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I'm gone. Hey, I really appreciate you guys for supporting the channel, supporting the network. Like, share, and subscribe. Once again, there are links. Get the free membership on our website. That way you guys won't miss any of our news update stories or videos. They're all on the website, ticketvmedia.com. You go over there. You can go right to the members part and become a free member. That way you guys will get all the updates. Also, Straight Drought Weight Loss Formula. Make sure y'all go tap in and copy some of that, as well as subscribing to our podcast show. Link will be pinned at the top of the chat down there below. And also, we just appreciate all y'all who support the channel. Cash App, PayPal.